The Ravens have selected cornerback Marlon Humphrey out of Alabama. I am joined by John Eisenberg to give you some instant reaction to the pick. So, John, what do you think?
Well, it's not a sexy pick. I think I don't think the fans are going to go wild over this pick. I think it's a solid pick, though. I think it's a very solid pick. I keep thinking when I hear cornerback, it's what I started out thinking they were going to take. Cornerback. Got away from that for the past few months. Now that they've gone back to it, I think back to what happened last season when Jimmy Smith got hurt. And everyone said, well, season's over. That's it. Season's over. And you know what? They were right, in some respects. So the Ravens obviously have gotten religion on the importance of depth at cornerback. So they've brought in a free agent. They've now used a first-round draft pick. That situation with Jimmy Smith is not going to happen again.
Right. The secondary is dramatically improved also with the addition of Tony Jefferson. You have Tony Jefferson, Eric Weddle on the other side, Jimmy Smith, Brandon Carr, now Marlon Humphrey, along with Tavon Young. It's a pretty darn good secondary. I'm reminded about a conversation I had with Eric DeCosta on the Lounge podcast in which he said cornerbacks are kind of like sports cars, right? They're great, you love them, but they break down all the time. So you need a lot of them. So that's what the Ravens got in Marlon Humphrey. Here's a guy, he's still young, redshirted one season, and he's played just 2 seasons at Alabama. But the Ravens have had their eye on him for a long time. And the early scouting report they got, even before he took the field at Alabama, was this guy's going to be special. You talk about height, weight, speed, he's got it all. He's physical. All the Ravens want in a cornerback, he checks all of those boxes.
Yeah, the size is great. I think people will really like that. A tall, strong guy, tough, physical. There's a lot to like. He is young. I think he's going to develop. I think that what's really interesting, the Ravens for a couple of years had not taken cornerbacks with high picks, going back to Jimmy Smith.
Going back since 2011. No cornerback in the first 3 rounds.
First 3 rounds. So here's the first one since 2011. I do think, and I know I was one of them, kind of criticized the team a little bit, saying, at some point, you have to take some high-end cornerbacks. Yep. So really, apart from immediate needs, I do think it's a long-term need. I agree with what Eric said. I use the baseball analogy. It's like pitching. You can never have enough cornerbacks. It's like you can never have enough pitchers in baseball.
Right.
So I think I don't have a problem with it.
Yep. Well, the Ravens took the second cornerback off the board. A lot more picks to go, 6 as of right now, so you know to keep it locked right here.